Welcome back, Nick Lenz, movie review, episode number 103. This will be the last of the first four Alien films. Alien Resurrection, released in 1997. Yep, and was the last Alien film released until 2004, when they had that really good crossover and a really bad follow-up. Yep. Here's some imagery from it. Yeah. Film is set 200 years after the events of the previous film. We have a whale in baton, and the whole thing, here's the thing about this particular movie. The whole movie is set on a space station. Yep. Off in some part of the galaxy, I'm not sure where it is. So, yep. Oh yeah, and here's the thing. The lead scientist in this particular facility is the awesome Brad Dourif, aka the voice of Chucky. He's not the only one who's actually in this particular film. I mean, of course, Sigourney Weaver's back. It's Ellen Ripley, who was a clone of the original one who died back in the previous film. And also the guy who played Warwick Brown on the show CSI is in the movie, along with Ron Perlman. Yep, Ron Perlman's in this movie. Yep, he's actually a group of freaking mercenaries, along with one other writer. Yeah, there was also hints of lesbianism in this movie, which is kind of weird. Yep, this movie's got a very interesting cast. I like it. Like, you have... Let's see. I know Ron Perlman's in the movie. Yeah, he's in the movie. He's one of the crew. Let's see. When a writer who's basically a freaking robot. Yes, a robot. Yep. I gotta say, for cast-wise, this cast is really good. It's a little better than the cast from the previous film, but yes, really good. I at least gotta have praise for that. I'm trying to find the, I think it's this guy right here. Gary Dorton. Yes, this guy's known for he was known for playing Warwick Brown in CSI. Yeah, he was on the show for about 6 years. Actually on the show for 8 years. Oh yeah, if you wonder what happened to his character got killed by a corrupt sheriff. Yeah, he got shot in his car. Yeah, that's how they killed off the character at the end of Season 8. And then, like, the very first episode of Season 9, we're investigating the man's murder. Yep, and there's a loose follow-up, like, right after that, but 2 years later, where they investigate what's going on. They find out what happened to his girlfriend, and the fact that Warwick had a son, and the fact that she sold his CSI equipment after he died. Yep. Now, in the case of the guy who plays Warwick Brown, Gary Jordan, yeah, he has this neat thing where he has guns attached to his arms. Yeah, he has, like, inside of his sleeves, where he has, like, these little guns he can simply just pull out whenever he feels like it. Yeah, it's a really cool looking thing. Yep. Now, the mercenaries, believe it or not, they were hired because they brought along some face huggers. Yes, and they actually show how they create xenomorphs in this movie. It's particularly very odd. They capture, like, about a handful of people. They submit the face huggers. And then the chest burster happens. Yep. We have that movie because every movie's got to have a chest burster scene. Oh, and by the way, guess how many xenomorphs in this movie? Now, in the case of the first and third film, only one xenomorph. Though, in the case of the third one, it was like, just different looking one. The ones they had in Aliens, because basically plural, was like 2 or 3 or a dozen like in this movie. No, the second film had at least 125 xenomorphs. Yeah, equivalent to basically the colony. This film only had 12. We also have Return of the Alien Queen. We also have a brand spanking new alien. Yep, and this alien is so bizarre. Oh yeah, and apparently, get this. They created the xenomorphs, this generation, like, in the most strangest way possible. Because Ripley had the chest burster in her body when she died. I'm wondering how the heck they get their hands on her DNA to replicate that. And apparently they did this multiple times. They reveal it later in the movie, where when they're trying to escape the space station, they have Ripley's clone, a successful one, just happened to come across the room with a bunch of failed Ripley clones. And yes, in case you're wondering, these failed Ripley clones all play by Sigourney Weaver, and you get the sense see her topless. Yes, Sigourney Weaver topless. And this woman's basically 60 now. I think so. Yeah, she's basically in her 60s right now. Yeah, when this film came out, she was actually, I believe, in her 40s when this film came out. Actually, she was about pushing 50. She was 48 when this film was. She was about 48 when this film released. She's currently 70. She looks pretty good for her age. Yep. So, yeah, they got to figure out a way to escape the facility, and like, because the Xenomorphs all go freaking crazy because they want to get out of the freaking cell. Brad Dourif's character is captured by the Xenomorphs, and he's put like this little wall thing. They also used this thing in the first film, and they also did this in the second film. Third film, they never did this at all because, well, they never bothered to do it. In case you wonder what the heck this is, yeah, apparently the Xenomorphs put this goo all over the wall. They put a person there, spread the goo over the whole, basically, sort of like a stasis, so they create more Xenomorphs. In the case of the second film, they had like about 4 or 5 people in this particular wall before. Actually, it's about 2 people before Ripley had to kill them along with the, well, eggs. They did use this trick also in AVP, but aside from that, in this film, they just did it for like a few characters. But I would say of all the films featuring Xenomorphs, the only ones I can think of that didn't feature this at all was Alien 3. They didn't bother to do this at all in this one because they just focused on freaking jump scares. And AVP Requiem. Yep. So here's the thing about Ripley clone. She's got acid for blood. Yep, because she's a freaking queen. Of course, they have another queen as well. Yep. They created an actual queen. What happened to this queen? Got killed by the new alien. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture right now. It is by far, like, when I saw this, I was like, man, this alien looks so weird. Like, it walks around like this, with an arm like behind the back, like stick a belly out, like, really? That's how the freaking thing walks. Oh, by the way, how they kill this particular alien? They decided to do something, they basically repeated alien death from the first film. Shove it out of freaking space, instead of, open up an airlock all the way. Basically open up a tiny hole in the wall, sucks the thing right out of the freaking space. That's the last see of the damn thing. Eventually, the space station itself crash lands on Earth. Though for some reason in the film, Earth is surrounded by a toxic cloud. The film doesn't give an explanation for this, despite the fact that they take place soon in the future. Now, I did see another version at the end of this movie where they actually managed to land in the ruins of Paris. How the heck Paris is in ruins, the film never explains. And from what I heard also that they were going to do a 5th film where apparently it was set on Earth, where it was going to fall from this particular ending. That would have been interesting, but apparently Screamer was not interested in it at all. But she's still open to play the character. And she still is. The film came out roughly 22 years ago, and she has not reprised the role yet. I did hear a rumor that Neil Blomkamp wasn't going to do another Alien movie, where it was going to ignore this film and Alien 3. It was going to ignore these 2 films and pick up right where Aliens left off. Yep, that was the plan. Then Ridley Scott decided to stick his big dick in everything. Like, he's be a big dick to everybody. Basically, had to postpone Neil Blomkamp's movie. Yeah, just so he can shove his Alien Cup movie, which I still haven't seen, but I've heard it's really bad. Like, it's worse than these films or even the Alien vs. Predator movies. I'll probably get to those films, like, at another point, but my gosh. But in the case of Alien Resurrection, in my honest opinion, this film felt like it was exciting, it was interesting. And once again, we have a new director. It's a French guy. Yes, the director is French. This guy is Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Yes, that is the name of this guy's. That's the name of the director. I gotta say, for this film, the supporting cast is really interesting. I love them. Brad Dourif is amazing. Weaver is does a pretty decent. Does a really good performance. So she's a little bit more angry than she was in the last few films. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know if anybody's ever mentioned this at all when they talk about this movie. Like, my gosh, Weaver towers almost over everybody except for Ron Perlman. Yeah, it's something how tall Sigourney Weaver is, and she towers over everybody. Yep. What do I give this film? I give this film roughly an 8 out of 10. It's a wow. It's such an improvement over the awfulness that was Alien 3. Yep. So yeah, that's this particular film. One more review I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a Comic Corner on 2 trades I never thought I'd review again. Okay, produce the next review. Bye.